The family reluctantly bid farewell to Catarina and Keith, who were heading to the magic school campus. Catarina's story was just beginning at this campus. She knew that she would meet a girl named Maria here, who would play a significant role in determining her destiny. Despite being a commoner, Maria possessed magical powers that were typically exclusive to nobles, and she had the rare attribute of light magic. Due to Catarina's efforts, some changes had occurred in reality. In the game, Prince Shidō showed no interest in Catarina, but now, they got along very well. Catarina's forehead wound had healed, but Shidō had not released her from their engagement, which puzzled Catarina. Under Catarina's care, Keith had not turned into a playboy, but he unintentionally attracted other girls. Alan's relationship with Shidō was not as bad as in the game, and his fiancée, Mary, was not attracted to Alan. Nicol remained as silent as he was in the game. During the school opening ceremony, Catarina anxiously looked for Maria. Prince Shidō invited Catarina to his room to taste some sweets after the ceremony. The student council president was a red-haired boy named Sirius. Catarina arrived as planned. Keith was surprised by how quickly Shidō acted. Prince Shidō suddenly mentioned that he had met a girl with light magic. Catarina recognized this as part of the game's plot, where Shidō was captivated by Maria while she were climbing a tree to determine her orientation. In reality, Shidō was already used to Catarina's habit of climbing trees while wearing a dress.
普通は取り乱しますよね。それに比べて姉さんはカタリナは規格外ですから、そこが素敵なところですけど。
Catarina's attention was focused outside their conversation as she realized that Shidō would soon fall in love with Maria. Today, Keith also met the girl with light magic mentioned by Shidō.
姉さん、どうしたの?
In the game, Playboy Keith hit on Maria.
ナンパって。
女の子を不死だらな行為に誘うことかな。
不死だらな行為って、そんなことするわけないだろ!
But in reality, Keith merely returned Maria's dropped handkerchief politely. Catarina asked Keith if he had fallen in love with the girl. Seeing Keith's panicked expression, Catarina was even more convinced that Keith had indeed fallen for her. Catarina emphasized that she wouldn't interfere with Keith's love life. Keith had reached his limit. In the corridor, Catarina crossed paths with Maria. During the class, Catarina's attention was on Maria.
授業中はよそ見をしない。
Sophia and Mary also noticed Catarina's unusual behavior.
Sophia.
お兄様。
Catarina's earth magic couldn't compare to Keith's. Sophia and Nicol used wind magic, while Alan and Mary practiced water magic. Shidō had fire magic, but as royalty, Shidō and Alan couldn't easily display it in front of others, which was why in the game, Shidō used a sword to kill Catarina. Catarina suddenly felt a sense of crisis because her magical abilities were minimal. To address this, she decided to continue honing her farming skills to be useful if ever exiled. Catarina transformed the school's garden into her own farm.
姉さん、カタリナ?
お前ここに来てまでまだそんなこと。
その姿も似合ってますわ。落ち着きますね。
In the exam results, Shidō was ranked first, Maria second, and Alan third. In the game, Alan pursued Maria out of competitiveness and fell in love with her. However, in reality, Alan believed that everyone had their own strengths. He later asked Catarina if she would attend his piano performance, and when she gave an affirmative answer, Alan was satisfied and left. Lately, Catarina had been visiting the student council frequently, where the student council president, Sirius, was a friendly individual, and student council member Maria often prepared sweets for Catarina.
ありがとう、キャンベルさん。マリアちゃんたら優しくてすごくいい子。
Catarina suddenly mentioned if Maria had brought her homemade sweets.
もしかして今のお菓子を作ってきなさいよ。的な脅しに聞こえちゃった。いえ、別に無理に作ってこいというわけでは。
Maria was surprised and asked how Catarina knew she could make sweets. Catarina had to lie and said she overheard it from someone in the kitchen. Catarina missed the commoner sweets her family's maid used to make. Maria happily agreed to make some for her. On the way to visit Maria, Catarina unexpectedly encountered Maria being bullied. Catarina intervened and saved Maria from the bullies.
悪役顔の効果は絶大ね。
Unable to resist the temptation of the sweets, Catarina quickly consumed the fallen sweets on the ground.
それにしてもプロの料理人が作ったお菓子にも全然負けないくらい美味しかったわ。ありがとうございます。かわいい。さすが乙女ゲームの主人公。こんなの誰でもドキドキしちゃうわ。
Just as Prince Jordo happened to pass by.
カタリナ。
Catarina felt indignant about Maria being bullied. She then remembered that in the game, Catarina was the one who bullied Maria, and Maria was rescued by Prince Jordo. Catarina had accidentally broken the Doom flag.
意図せずに破滅フラグをへし折っていたなんて素晴らしい。よくやった。偉いぞカタリナ。